Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak. I love that. I absolutely love that. That is called Being Around. And that is Dave Strong, who we have here with us live in studio. Let me get that mic up there. How's it going, Dave?
Woo! What's up? How you doing?
Good. I can hear you. The mic's working. That's all the battle, really.
Nice.
Dave Strong is with us live in studio. He brought his guitar. He's gonna play for us. And you brought your friend Tyler?
Yeah, that's my son, Tyler.
Oh, that's your son. Hello.
Hi.
You don't look old enough to have us. Really? Wow. That's incredible. Are you also a musician, Tyler? Go ahead and pull that mic up.
No, but I come from a musicianist family.
Okay.
Tyler actually has done some of the artwork, my digital releases and stuff. He took a picture and he makes the things that go on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah.
That say what I am. It says Dave Strong, Being Around on. He does that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah.
I can't do much of music, but I can do the art.
Yeah.
Well, that's important. I mean, that's a huge part of it, especially in the era in which we live. The visual aspect of it. Also, before we get rolling here, for those watching online, let me try to get this on the camera here for those watching online. So Dave brought. So this is vinyl. We talk about vinyl a lot on the show. So this is your self-titled album?
Yep.
When did this come out?
It came out about a year and a half ago.
Very cool.
I'm working on releasing my second one soon.
Okay.
That one's going to get added to the office.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I come bearing gifts.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. No, that's very cool. Copyright now. Oh, is one of these one of these is a Ramones cover and one is yeah, so most of these are originals, correct?
Yeah, 8 of the 10 are originals.
Okay.
Yep. One's a Ramones song and one's Eddie Cochran.
Very cool. Very cool. So thank you. Yeah, that's excellent. And you brought us pins too.
Yep.
Probably can't see these as well on the camera, but no, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, this is and this was released on Fameless Records?
Yes. Small little label out of Philly.
Oh, no kidding. How'd you get connected with them?
I've been playing music for a little bit now, and I have pitched a few ideas to Tim, who runs the label in Philly, And, we just got talking through social media, and, he liked what I was doing solo.
Yeah.
And he goes, now's a good time to put it out. So I said, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so I assume it's also available on CD, and that'd be weird to just do a vinyl release.
It's streaming.
Yeah.
those 10 songs are streaming, plus another 10 songs on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, all those.
Okay. Is this your only full-length album? Because I noticed, just looking online, it looks like you put out a lot of singles.
Yeah, I do a lot of singles. So when I started, I was doing just Bandcamp singles. And then, like I said, my buddy was like, yo, we can maybe do a compilation, like CD, tape, record maybe. And that's how that happened. And that's the first 10 songs that I put out. And since I've been trying to be consistent with my singles, but there is a plan probably in December, loosely December, is when the next 10 songs will go off to press to be like the Dave Strong second album or whatever. I don't know the name of it yet.
Yeah.
It'll be like a blue one or something. It'll be cool. And we almost sold out of those. I think we pressed 300, and we're about to sell out of those, and we're going to repress that one too, which is really cool.
No, that's amazing. Good for you, man. Good for you. How do you, everyone always hates this question, but how do you describe your music for someone who's never heard it? Because it's pretty eclectic stuff. Like, I listen to a lot of your music online in addition to the tracks that you send me. It's really eclectic and hard to, I mean, I wouldn't know what to tell somebody. Like, if somebody said to me, describe Dave Strong, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely, there's a punk vibe there, but a song like, Be Around, it's like, I just love that so much, by the way. I love the lyrics, but I mean,
It's clever, yeah.
What's that?
It's a clever song.
Yeah. Like, how do you describe your music to people who've never heard it?
Usually, so in general, I'll say it's like Green Day meets Weezer meets the Ramones or something. Like, I'll kind of stereotype 3 popular bands that someone might have heard,
Yeah.
But it depends on who I'm hanging out with. If like a bunch of punk people are like, what do you sound like? I'll be like, I sound like I'm punk. I'm really punk. Check me out.
Yeah.
Or if like my mom and her friends are like, what do you sound like? I'll be like, well, I sound like the Beatles, like a little faster. Or like I do an Eddie Cochran song, which is like from the 50s, So like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm like Gene Vincent on speed or something like that,
Right.
Because some of the songs have upright bass.
Yeah.
So I grew up listening to the Beach Boys and oldies and the Beatles. I love harmonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I got into like Nirvana and Ramones. So I keep it rock and roll.
Yeah.
But like catchy poppy rock, I guess.
Yeah. And so now, do you always, or do you usually play with a band, or do you do a lot of, because I think you had mentioned too, you had recently done a solo show, or last night you had done a solo show, or?
Last night I did a full band show at O'Brien's in
okay.
Alston, and that was awesome.
Oh, that must have been, yeah. That's a great room.
Yeah, it was great. There was a lot of people at it too. It was cool. Parking stunk.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That area. Yeah.
But very supportive. Great bands, really cool place. But I try to play live with a band as much as possible. If somebody asks me to play, I always ask my band first.
Yeah.
But my drummer lives in Western Mass.
Yeah.
My second guitarist lives in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And my bass player lives in Barrington. So we're all like in different states.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's not like gas is expensive or anything.
Yeah, I mean, and we are going to Germany too in
Are you?
January. Yeah,
No kidding.
I mean, the big shows when it matters. I mean, I think every show matters.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, and like it's a Saturday night packed place, they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah.
But I'm playing next Saturday night in Portland.
Okay.
By myself at Spring Hill Tavern.
Okay.
And then I'm playing the week after, the 14th, at Gino's in Portland with a full band.
Nice.
So
nice.
you never know. You never know what you're going to get. I don't like to say no to shows.
Yeah.
So like if a show is on a Wednesday night or something, it's going to probably be just me.
Right.
But
Right.
if it's like a Saturday night, it's going to probably be the band.
Portland's a great scene. Is that where because you're from Maine, right?
Yeah, I live pretty close to Portland, maybe
Yeah.
like 30 minutes from Portland.
Yeah. People who don't know, I mean, it's kind of Portland's a lot like Boston. I feel in terms of the scene and the diversity of it. A lot of different kinds of music there. Do you play? So are you playing? It sounds like you play a lot. Every weekend do you have shows?
I've been trying, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been good.
And then when you go to Germany, is the full band going with you?
Yes.
Wow.
A variation of the band. My buddy Bernie, who plays bass for us, is going to stay home. But Lee, who plays guitar, it's funny. Lee plays drums on a lot of the studio stuff.
Yeah.
He's like my right-hand man almost when it comes to this stuff. He doesn't play every show. Sometimes we play a 3-piece.
Yeah.
But he always helps out in the studio, especially on this new album. He's gonna play bass in Germany, and my drummer Jared is gonna come and play drums. So we'll do a 3-piece.
Yeah.
So we'll have a full band in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nice that you have that kind of flexibility where you can kind of just make it work, and change the configuration as you go if you need to. So that's pretty cool.
Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's stressful as hell.
Is it? Yeah. How many dates are you doing there?
We're gonna be there for 6 days, and I think we're gonna play 4 of them.
Okay. Have you been to Europe before?
I have been. I've played with my friend Jeff before over there.
Yeah.
We flew in to Spain, played 2 or 3 shows in like Madrid, Lyon,
Wow.
and then we flew to Amsterdam and played Amsterdam and Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was like in 8 days. We probably played 4 or 5 shows in 8 days.
Wow. No kidding.
Yep, that was about 5 years ago. That was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Very
Yep.
cool. Right before the pandemic.
Yeah, right before, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing it wasn't 4 years ago. You wouldn't have been able to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, so I have to ask you this. So you've got I've been dying to ask you this question. You've got a brand new single that just came out, which we're not going to play today. Now, we love to play new stuff on the show. The only reason we're not playing this is called I Hate Joe King's Roommate. And the only reason we're not playing it, so usually I make a radio edit. If a guest has something and I want to play it, and if they don't have a radio edit, I'll make a radio edit. I just go in, I reverse where all the swears are. And I don't mind doing that. It takes me 5 minutes. I'm pretty efficient at it. But I was listening to this track. And by the way, I love the song. It's a great song. But I thought there's so much here that would have to be reversed and it would kind of wreck the song. So I was like, I don't, just artistically, I don't think I should mess with this one. But here's what I'm dying to know. I want to know, there has to be a story behind this, right?
Sure is.
And who is Joe King and why is his roommate upset you so? Because I can't tell, like we learn a little bit about Joe King's roommate from the song.
Yep.
We learn that he's apparently a very upsetting person, but I don't know.
You would think.
But I don't know exactly, and I don't know how much you can divulge. But I mean, I have to ask. I'm very curious. The song made me very curious.
All right, I'll be as forthcoming as I can be.
Okay.
So I wrote that song with my friend Pete Curtis, probably in like 1997.
Oh, no
or
kidding.
1998.
Okay.
I was in high school, and we were in a band called the Illegitimates. The Portsmouth punk scene was kind of cool and going on. There was a place called the Elvis Room.
Oh,
I think
yes.
there was one in Portland too, honestly, but
Yep.
it was thriving. There was great bands coming in and out of it, and he was in a band, I was in a band, and we just ended up playing in a band for a bit. And we wrote that song, I Hate Joe King's Roommate. So Joe King is the singer of this band, The Queers.
Okay.
They're like a popular punk band from New Hampshire.
Yep.
They tour everywhere. They're pretty famous now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's written songs with like Joey Ramone, and he's played a lot. He plays a lot. He makes money off of music, and I love the Queers. I was listening to them on the way home last night.
Oh, no kidding.
They were like one of the first punk bands I ever listened to. In my eyes, they're like the Ramones for me. You know?
Yeah.
So I always looked up to Joe. A couple of my friends played in his bands and stuff. And Mitch, who is Joe King's roommate at the time, he was like this. I don't know if he was an Army vet or if he was just like a hippie type dude.
Yeah.
But he always had like a green long Army coat.
Yeah.
And long orange hair.
Okay.
Scruffy dude. To be honest, really nice. Like usually he was very polite. He was like, "Hey man, how are you?" And that's all he would say, or like, "Hey man," like,
Right.
that's it. He wouldn't like try to get in conversations. He wasn't mean or anything.
Yeah.
And we would just like always trying to hang out with Joe or try to talk to Joe. And this guy was here, and he'd be like, "Hey man," like, "We hate Joe King's roommate."
Yeah.
He lived above Ceres Street in Portsmouth. Like, we thought we were the coolest people hanging out with these guys. you know?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the story, man, in a nutshell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did he hear the song or
Joe has.
Joe has heard the song?
Joe has heard the song. I sent him a copy of it, and we actually did a music video and everything. He's not in it, but I mean, he says he likes it. I don't know. He hasn't like reposted it or anything.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But yeah, he knows about it, and I don't know how I would even get a hold of Mitch or anything.
Right.
But a couple of people have asked me about it, because Joe has had tons of roommates.
That gives you plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Because if Mitch ever turns up and he's like, "Hey man," this, which I assume is how he would open the conversation, right?
Exactly.
"Hey man, kind of hurt my feelings." You can just say, "Joe King's had tons of roommates. Why do you think it's about you?"
That's right. Because you talked about it on the air.
But then you can say, "Well, yeah, but Mitch is a common name. He probably had, it was probably somebody else named Mitch who was Joe King's roommate. Why do you think it's about you? Don't be a narcissist, Mitch."
Why is everything about you, Mitch? I hate you.
That exactly. Yeah. See, so it all comes full circle. Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was a story. I was actually afraid of asking you that it was going to turn out to be some, a fictional thing that you just made up to be funny. So I'm glad there's an actual story.
No, it's real life. It happened a long time ago. But,
yeah.
Resentments.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
So here's what I think we should do. I'll play another studio track, and then while that's playing, if you want to grab your guitar, and then when we come back from that, I'm dying to hear you play live.
Okay.
What should I? Let's see, because you sent me a few things. We played "Being Around," which I love that song so much. That is so fun.
One Good Reason, sort of like that one. It's a little kind of cow-punky or hick, like I don't know. I didn't want to say hick punk, but like a little more on the country punk side.
Okay, yeah, we'll play that one.
Yeah, the twangy guitars. It's sort of like Being Around, the closest one to it at least.
Okay, all right, cool. So we'll give this a spin. This is Dave Strong. This is called "One Good Reason," and then when we come back, Dave's going to play live for us. So check this out.
Says she wants away with me, all we ever do is fight.
I'll tell you what, Dave, your songs are short.
Short and to the point.
That's right. That's right. If you're just joining us, we have Dave Strong with us live in studio. Dave's going to play for us. I'm dying to hear you play. So this is a new one that you're going to do?
Yep. This is my newest release. It's going to be on a 7-inch EP that should be out next month.
Oh, okay.
There
Excellent.
are pre-orders up for it, but they should be in hand by the beginning of October at the latest.
Okay.
It's called I Hate Joe King's Roommate. The EP is called I Hate Joe King's Roommate. It'll have that song. It's funny. I'll tell you a story about that after, because it was supposed to be a children's EP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the third song's called Puddle Hop, which isn't released yet, and I wrote it for my kids.
Oh.
But the guy that put it out really liked Joe King's Roommate, and we were just talking about how many swears were in that, so
Yeah.
that threw the children's story right out of the window.
Oh, I can see where that would be a problem, yeah.
But it's kind of a good, it'll be 3 really awesome songs. This is probably one of my favorite ones I've ever written, and
All right.
wrote a song about it. Want to hear it?
Yes.
Here it goes. The song's called I Wanna Know. If you could possibly leave a message, then I will get back to you quickly. I wanna know what's in your mind, girl, come on. Yesterday, when I saw you, I had to go by. There was something that catches my eye. I wanna know what's on your mind, girl, come on. I see you in the corner in the middle of the night. My heart catches up because you're so out of sight. I know that in the morning it'll be alright. But honey, do you wanna come over tonight? I woke up, you were over my shoulder, and I was so glad that I bothered. Stop on that corner the night you were there, girl, come on. And I knew we'd be in love forever, and nothing can keep us from each other. Smile on your face tells me things are cool, girl, come on. When I see you in the corner in the middle of the night, my heart catches up because you're so out of sight. I know that in the morning it'll be alright. Oh, honey, do you wanna come over tonight? There you go.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for playing that.
Yeah, man.
If you're just joining us, we have Joe Strong with us. I'm sorry, Dave Strong. Dave Strong. I'm thinking of Joe. I'm in my mind, I've created an amalgam of Joe King and Dave Strong.
I bet Joe Strong is a really cool dude.
I bet he is. I bet he is. But if you're just joining us, Dave Strong is here with us live in studio on the Saturday morning. We should talk about that track, One Good Reason, because you were telling us a little bit about it off air, and it was pretty interesting. You were talking about how quickly it came together, and
yeah. So most of the songs on that record right there are done by myself, my friend Yuri, and my friend Terry, who plays upright bass. And for this one, it's going to either be the first or second number on the new record. And it was almost a full different band. I had my buddy Luke was playing drums on it. And Lenny Lashley was playing guitar. And Lenny Lashley is like a famous Boston musician.
yeah,
He's super cool. He plays in bands called Dark Buster and the Street Dogs, and it was cool. I just recorded it up in New Hampshire, and I sent him the track. And by the next day, he had all those awesome guitar riffs in there and stuff. And I thought it was really cool of him to do. Because he's a really cool established musician, a really cool human being, and he didn't have to play on my stuff, and it was really awesome for him to do it.
Were you surprised at the turnaround time on that? Like how quickly he got those back to you?
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he's a true professional for sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fantastic. Are there other people you've worked with that you'd kind of put in that category where you're like, wow, this is amazing. This is one of my heroes.
So far, I've worked with a couple people. Kurt Baker out of Spain. I mean, he's actually from Portland, Maine. But he lives in Spain now. He's on Wicked Cool Records, which is like Little Steven.
Okay.
From Bruce Springsteen's band's label.
Yeah. He's in Spain now, huh? Wow.
Yeah,
that's a big move.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's
Good.
put out a bunch of records, and he kills it every time. When he was in a band called The Leftovers out of Portland, Maine, and then he got signed to that guy from Bowling for Soup, Jarrett Redditt is his name, the lead singer of Bowling for Soup and guitarist. Kurt Baker, I kind of look up to because he's from Maine. He's a local dude, down to earth. He's a friend of mine now, and he's just kind of like done it,
Yeah.
He keeps doing it and doing it good.
Yeah.
He writes awesome songs, and he gets recognized for the awesome songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though he's a friend, I still really look up to him. It's like a oh shoot moment every time I get to play.
No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Where do you record? It sounds like you've recorded at a lot of different places.
I do.
Yeah.
I haven't found a place where like I can say is gonna be my new spot.
Yeah.
But I recorded that whole album that I gave to you, the Dave Strong LP or whatever, the self-titled one. I recorded all 10 of those songs at the Wood Shop in I don't even know, like Kensington, New Hampshire, or somewhere around there.
Okay.
It's called the Wood Shop Studio up there.
I feel like I've heard of Kensington.
Yeah.
Is it north? It must be north.
It's sort of near like Haverhill.
Oh, okay.
It's like on that. It's like
Oh, it's on the border. Okay.
yeah, you get on 495 for a second.
Yeah.
Atkinson.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah, I
what
know
it's called.
exactly.
The studio's in Atkinson.
I know exactly where that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've recorded those 10 songs from that one, and then I recorded 2 more, like the one that we just listened to, and a Molly's Lips, which is like Vaseline's cover, but Nirvana pretty much made it popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those 2 songs will probably be on my next record.
Okay.
And I thought I had a groove going there, but it seems like now that I think about it, it was more like perfect for that time and the band that I was playing with.
Yeah.
So I just thought maybe, I'm doing a new record, I'll move to a different place and check it out like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we did 4 songs in Salem, Mass,
Okay.
which we recorded with Tom Hamilton, who recorded Hate Your Friends, the Lemonheads' first album.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we listened to Being Around. We were like, we got to do something with Tom. Like, even though he wasn't a part of engineering that song,
Yeah.
he was a part of engineering one of my favorite records ever.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
Hate Your Friends by the Lemonheads. I love that. I love Evan Dando, and I love the Lemonheads.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta somehow tie this Lemonheads connection in.
Right. Right.
And I recorded I'm Late, Where I Should Go, that Lemonheads Being Around song. I think that's it. Oh, and I Hate Mondays. I did a song called I Hate Mondays.
Okay.
Which is kind of like I Hate Joe King's Roommate. Every other word's the F word.
Gotcha.
I'm not that angry, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just get it out artistically.
Right. Well, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Create something. Absolutely. Do you have a favorite place that you've recorded?
So far, they just keep getting better. I mean,
Yeah.
So the last 3 songs, I Hate Joe King's Roommate, Puddle Hop, which isn't out yet, which I wrote, it's like a kids type song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I Want to Know, the one I just sang, I recorded up in North Conway
Okay.
at my friend Ryan's house. It's like a makeshift studio. They call it Platypus Records.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like it's on his land. It's a garage, that they've turned into a studio. It's like the size of this room. Really cool. like just a really chill type vibe, you know, and like
Yeah.
so far that's been my favorite place. you
Okay,
know. I'm
okay.
going back with another band next weekend to record up there again.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So the plan is eventually I'll find my home base,
Right.
you know, but until I'll keep trying these awesome places and they keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many options to record now and,
Yeah.
and so many places. You know, it's interesting too. It seems like there was a point where people, you know, as technology evolves and becomes more accessible to everybody, you know, people make all kinds of predictions about what technology is going to start to go away or how things are going to change or and what technology is going to stick around. And like, for example, vinyl records, you know, decades ago, people said, you know, CDs would be the end of vinyl and vinyl, you know, still thrives. But with recording studios, you know, I remember years ago, people saying, you know, with all these capabilities to just record on your own, record at home and whatnot, you know, recording studios are going to go away. But it didn't happen. And if anything, there's probably more of them than there were 10 years ago because, you know, people like having all kinds of different options in terms of how they create their music. You know, some people only want to be able to just do it at home, plug everything in, use Pro Tools, use amp modelers and all that, and, you know, not have to go to a studio. Some people thrive on being in a studio and love, and I find too, and I'm curious if you're like this, a lot of the people who seem to really thrive on being in a studio, as you appear to, really like having that, like, you know, like having an engineer, a recording engineer there who also very often, you know, it happens organically, becomes sort of a de facto producer. You know, and they, even though maybe that's not why you're there necessarily, but they have input, they have ideas, and of course they know how to get the best sound with their equipment. And like, do you find that, and does that factor into, because you've recorded a lot of different places, does that factor into your decisions on where to go?
You're exactly right with that. I mean, I've recorded at this place in Waltham, Mass, called Willie Mammoth Studios.
I've heard of that.
A few
Yeah.
times with my buddy Jeff, who I went overseas with and played the Spain shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And the main producer in that, I mean, the one we worked with, I don't know, there's probably a couple people that run the board there.
Yeah.
But I've worked with them a couple times now. Actually, I think I did this documentary called Stick It to the Man there, where we did a live session. Yeah, I've worked with him a couple times. It's Dave Minahan is his name. He's from that band, The Neighborhoods.
That name has come up on the show a bunch of times.
He's a rock star.
Yeah.
He's in the Replacements now.
And isn't he, is he Kirk Minahan's brother?
I don't know.
Kirk Minahan, Kirk Minahan's a sports broadcaster from Boston. I think they're related.
You know, you could be right. I never even put the connection together, but
And even if they're not brothers, they have to be related somehow. Minahan's not a name you hear all the time,
Yeah.
but I think they're actually brothers. But yeah, Dave Minahan, that name's come up. Heavy America, I think, mentioned them. I don't know if you know them, Boston band. They've been on the show. I think that's the first interview where I heard that name was from those guys. I think they recorded there.
yeah, it's a heck of a place, man. It's he's so I think so. Rhino Records does this like best of the New York scene, best of like, you know, Boston Ave compilation, which has the Cars on it, the
Yeah.
Real Kids on it, and the Neighborhoods is like the first song on it. You know,
Yeah.
Mission of Burma, like all those classic punk songs. You know.
Yeah.
So just that alone was like, whoa. But he also adds a really cool like vibe to the room. Like he knows what to look for, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At first I was kind of nervous meeting him, to tell you the truth. But
Yeah.
he's a human like us, and like,
Yeah,
he
of
knows his
course.
stuff. And he does a lot of rail to rail, you know.
Really?
Yep.
No kidding.
Like, there's another guy. There's Mike Kennedy from the All American Rejects. That's a huge band.
Yeah,
Huge
yeah.
famous band, and my buddy just went and recorded with him
Oh, no
last
kidding.
weekend.
Oh, wow.
You know, you kind of. I think a lot of people are doing that now. You know, on their part time. Mm-hmm. Like, you go there for the talent and the vibe, and like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's cool. It's a cool feel.
Yeah. Well, it also makes sense too. I think if you're in a big band like All American Rejects, for example, A lot of bands they're not touring as much now because it's gotten so expensive to travel. So, to be able to do something like that, work with other bands, whether it's at a recording studio, building that, or getting into some other aspect of the music business that helps, younger up and coming talent, which it probably also is very fulfilling for a lot of these folks too, to be able to do that, to help the next generations that are coming up. And, once they've already got their fame, why not pass on that knowledge and experience and those resources? But also too, it gives them something to do because, like I said, I mean, who was it that there was a pretty big band recently that actually canceled their tour because of low ticket sales. And they just said, it's not, what was it? The Deftones? They just said, it's not worth it. We're not even going to bother, so, I mean, I don't know if those guys are doing anything to help other bands, but maybe they are. But it's great to make those connections. And
It goes both ways too sometimes. I mean, as far as Dave Minahan was everything I expected and more. That guy's like a top shelf. Like, he knows his stuff, and he's been in some of the coolest bands.
Yeah.
Like Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day did Coachella with the Replacements. He hopped on their tour. They didn't ask him to do it.
Oh.
He came up to them and was like, "Can I play?"
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the stories,
Yeah.
But then I was so stoked to go work with Tom Hamilton because the Lemonheads connection, and the guy was sort of a mess,
Really?
The songs came out great.
Yeah.
They took 4 or 5 months to finish.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk or anything. I'm not going to talk trash or anything. Sorry.
We're on a delay. I caught it.
I'm not going to talk that, but
Yeah.
sorry. But he wasn't what I expected.
Really?
So that's what I meant. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes you work with your idols and you love it. Sometimes you work with your idols and you learn a little bit, of humility and they're not exactly what you think they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you work with your friends.
Yeah.
And you pay a lot of money to work with someone that you don't know and you don't get what you want, or you pay almost nothing to work with one of your best friends and you make something together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And then someone else hears it and where did you go? Oh, you didn't go to a $500 an hour studio. You went to a $20 an hour studio.
Right.
Can I go there? Sure. I'll call Ryan and see if he can do it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about nowadays, for me at least. I'm trying to make memories and make music with up and coming people, new people.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We should clarify too for anyone who's listening who's confused. Obviously, not the same Tom Hamilton from Aerosmith.
No.
In case anyone thinks, and there's probably a million.
I thought it was him for the longest time.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
I did. I thought maybe when I walked into his house, it would be the bass player of Aerosmith.
Yeah,
But it wasn't.
Yeah,
That's how much I know.
you're probably going there thinking, I wonder if I ask him, will he play the bass line to Sweet Emotion for me? Yeah, Tom Hamilton's there's probably a million Tom Hamiltons out there. Those are both such common names, Tom and Hamilton. But yeah, well, it's too bad that he wasn't that great. But they say don't meet your heroes, but then again, some of your heroes turn out to be pretty awesome. So. That's the risk that you take, but it sounds like you've had a lot of positive experiences and gotten to work with some great people. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. I mean, have you had moments along the way where you just kind of go, I can't believe I'm getting to do this and work with this person and have this opportunity? You ever kind of just pinch yourself and go, wow?
Absolutely. I mean, there was a long time that I thought I deserved it more than I did, to tell you the truth.
Really, yeah.
It's been very humbling lately,
Yeah.
I've made a lot of changes, and I think I'm on the right path where I can acknowledge everything that's happening in a good way.
Good.
I've learned.
Yeah.
Which is, it's the light.
Yeah. Was there anything specific that kind of caused that, or is that more just a gradual thing over time where you just kind of you grow and evolve? And
I mean, I guess I drank a little too much when I was younger, and that might have put a stint on it. I'll put it like this. I thought I was entitled.
Yeah.
I know how to play the song. You should really bring me. I'm on the record. I deserve this, like blah, 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 instead of, 100 other people could be coming on this.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You brought me instead of 100 different people. I'm grateful. Like getting off the bus and being like, where's the bar? Instead of like, how can I help you carry something?
Yeah.
Just little things like that, thinking back at it now, it's like, oh, just do the next right thing now and you'll be good.
There you go. There you go. I like it.
The past is the past and the future is unknown. So.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I like that.
Yep.
Let's play another track.
Cool.
Let's see. We should play because we played Being Around and we played Reason. What's this one? I Would. I really like this one.
Oh, yeah, this is a really cool pop song.
Yeah. Let's play this. If you are just joining us, we have Dave Strong with us here in studio. And let's see. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a track called I Would. We're going to give this a spin, and then we're going to come right back and talk with Dave a little bit more. But here we go. We're about to go. Here we go. That is I Would. That is Dave Strong, who is here with us live in studio. Dave, so you were saying off air something really special about that track.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs I ever recorded solo. I recorded all the parts myself on it. The drums, the bass, the guitar. I went to the Atkinson studio. Well, with not myself, my daughter came with me. And she sang all the harmonies and sang all the backups. So that's a real special one. Little Girl and I Would are pretty much just me and my daughter.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Kara Strong, shout out.
Does she have music of her own too that she's doing, or what's her kind of musical trajectory?
Yeah, she hasn't released anything yet. I know she will. She's got a beautiful voice, and she plays guitar really well too.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yep.
Very good. We are, the time goes so quick. We are running out of time, Dave, but
Cool.
before we run out of time, and I do want to get this one last track into Nights in Jail to end the show today. But by the way, is that based on any kind of a true story?
Not particularly. I plead the fifth.
Okay. That's why. Well, I didn't know if maybe Joe King's roommate had done something to get you in trouble, and then you ended, because that would be a reason to hate him.
It's got a teeny backstory about a scorn lover type deal, but next time we'll talk about it.
Understood. Do you have any shows? Are you playing at all this weekend?
September 7th, I'm playing at Spring Point Tavern in South Portland, Maine.
Okay.
That's just me acoustic, but it will be really fun. It's a great place, free parking, good food. It's right on the water. It's a beautiful spot.
Okay.
And then September 14th at Gino's in Portland, Maine, full band.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. And where should people go to keep up with everything that you're doing online? Where's the best place to go?
I'm Butcherman Dave at Instagram.com. That's me.
Okay.
And then I'm Dave Strong Music and Dave Strong. Both of those are on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Those have turned into my music sites,
Yeah. Excellent.
Yep.
And the
Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff.
yeah, you're on all those streaming platforms.
Yep.
And is it an EP that the Joe King song is on?
Yep, that's going to be a 4-song, 45 record.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, very cool. And
Yep.
when is that out?
We pressed 100 of them. We've sold probably 30 of them so far, and it should be out probably the first day in October around. There's
Okay.
pre-sales up right now at Critical Mass Records. Or you can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I can get you one or something. But
Yeah. Excellent.
yeah, I'll be selling them at shows soon, and that'll be in hand hopefully by October.
Oh, very cool. Very
excited.
cool. Awesome. Well, in a moment, we'll play this track. But Dave, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
This has been wonderful. Jenny, you want to plug your website?
Absolutely. You can come check me out at jencoffey.com, JENNCOFFEY.com. And there's an actual in-depth interview.
The new
on there.
interview,
Yes,
yes.
that's up right now with Spelfie from the Midnight Creative Collective.
Yes. Definitely check that out. Absolutely. And we will leave you with this. Dave Strong, thank you again so much. And this is called Nights in Jail.
Thanks.
I wrote this song, girl, I wrote it for you. Baby, tell me, what should I do? Going crazy, and I think it is true. I've been up all night writing this song for you. Spent some nights in jail just thinking of you. Spent some nights in jail, tell me what should I do? Tell me pretty baby, tell me if this is true. 'Cause I spent some nights in jail writing this song for you. Maybe I should quit, but baby, I'm on a roll. I've been drinking out of control. Tell me pretty baby, tell me if this is true. I've been up all night writing this song for you. I spent some nights in jail just thinking of you. Spent some nights in jail, tell me what should I do? Tell me pretty baby, tell me if this is true. 'Cause I spent some nights in jail writing this song for you.